guy's trip, and for his trip, they went on a charter boat. So my husband went and brought me back fish, and so in this video I figured I would show you my favorite way to cook fish, which is fried fish. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is start assembling your ingredients. And so this bowl, I'm going to add 1 cup of flour and then a 1/2 cup of cornmeal. And just mix it together. And then in this bowl, I'm going to add 2 eggs. And then break the eggs up. And then you'll want to kind of scramble the eggs. Okay, so now for the messy part, you want to take your chicken fillet, and this was actually just 2 fillets, and then I cut them in half because they're decent size. And this is lean cod, but you can really use any kind. You can use catfish or tilapia or whatever you prefer. And then you want to dip it in the egg first, all over, and then put it in the flour mixture. And then just get it all over. And then put it on a plate. Now at this point you could stop and you get a nice thin crust on your fish, but I like to do the same process over again. So once you had the flour mixture on there, put it back into the egg mixture and then back into the flour mixture. And this will give it a nice thick crust. Okay, so now your fish has a nice thick layer, and now we can prepare the pan. So you want to turn this on to medium heat. Okay, so now for the key ingredient, and this is bacon grease. So I've told you before, always keep your bacon grease. So for recipes like this, I love bacon grease. You just want to put it in. And this will give your fish a lot of flavor, because I know a lot of fish don't have too much flavor. And just pour it in. And I turn my burner on to medium heat because for one thing, my burner gets really hot, and for another thing is bacon grease gets really hot. So you'll just want to put your fish right in there once it starts heating up. You can kind of hear the sizzle, which means it's hot enough to put your fish on. And you want to cook it for about 5-10 minutes on one side before we flip it over. Okay, so let's add the seasonings. So what I like to add is garlic powder. Just put it all over the fish, and then seasoned salt. And you don't have to add a ton of seasoned salt because the bacon grease has a lot of salt in it. And then some Italian seasoning. And then lastly, some chili powder. And I find chili powder to be kind of a sweet seasoning. It tastes really great with a lot of different things. And while the fish is cooking, let's go outside and conduct a little experiment. Alright guys, so the snow is really high, and so I figured we would check out and see how high it is with my shoes. So let's see if these shoes are even big enough. And this is to the top or past my boot. See? Look at our neighbor's icicles. You see how big
big they are? Yes, these are our icicles.
Okay, so let's turn it over. And it's nice and golden. And fish does not take very long to cook at all. Ah, look how pretty. And then I like to repeat the process of the seasoning, but if you don't like too much flavor, which would be crazy, but if you don't like too much flavor, you don't have to do that. You can just have it on one side. It will have flavor enough. Alright, so it has a nice golden brown and it is done. It is that fast. Thanks guys so much for taking the time to watch my video. So let's give it a try. A little flaky and moist on the inside. Perfect. Nice thick crust. Really good, guys. And don't feel too bad for me. Even though my husband went on a guy's trip, I gotta go on a girl's trip. I went to Vegas in the summer. And I'll link it below if you'd like to watch the video. Thanks so much, guys. Remember to support me by subscribing and liking this video. Bye, and see you in the next video.